Shalom, 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 shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises and glory unto Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Passover. Yahawah is who you usually call God or Jehovah. Yahawah means he is, he exists. And Yahawashi is who you usually call Jesus Christ. Yahawashi means he says he delivers. And double honors to the apostles and Elder Great Millstone. And salutation to all the Archim that's pushing the truth on Kana Raw. Waking the leg to the Yahshua. This is your brother Kana Not. From the GMS Miami Camp with another lesson. Hopefully, I'm gonna say hopefully, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi pass over us, all right, in the time of judgment, in the time of death and destruction, just like he passed over our forefathers in ancient Egypt. Hopefully, we have the mark of exemption upon our forehead, so the judgment can pass over us, all right. So I'm gonna go into the account of ancient Egypt, where our ancestors, all right, before they left Egypt until Egypt was fully destroyed, or the Lord had one plague, and our people had to put lamb's blood upon their posts, the door of their posts. All right, and if the death angel seen it, it'll pass over. All right, and not kill your firstborn or your your cattle. So let's go into it. Exodus 12. And it's going into the Passover, keeping of the Passover. All right, you got to take all the unleavened. I'll take all leaven out of your house in a whole week. All right, for we supposed to eat unleavened bread. Or nothing but a leavened agent. All right, because it was a haste. We was leaving Egypt in haste. So for the bread to rise, it takes time. So because we was in a haste to leave Egypt, we had to eat unleavened bread. All right, so I'm gonna just go straight to the point. If you read it on your own of Exodus the 12th chapter, understand the Passover. But I just want to get to the point. Do a little transit before I get to the plantation. So. All right, so Exodus 12, and 21. Then Moses called for the elders of Israel and said to them, "Draw out and take a lamb according to your families and kill the Passover. And you shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in blood that is in a basin, and strike the lintel and two side posts with blood that is in the basin." And that's where the spiritual Yahawashi became that blood, the lamb, the sacrificed lamb. All right, this blood for starting with the elect, for all starting with the elect, but for all Israel. All right. Basin, none of you shall go out at the door of the house until the morning. So you supposed to stay inside. All right, for the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he see the blood upon the lintel and the two side posts, the Lord will pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your house and to smite you. So as ancient Egypt, it was a mark. That was the mark to show, these people don't touch. They're good. So it's going to be an actual mark. Another mark, marking our forehead and Yahawah, to show that these are people that's exempt from judgment. And we'll get that in Ezekiel, the 9th chapter. All right, so hopefully the Lord pass over us just as he did in ancient Egypt. And Lord willing, we have the name of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, all right, and worthy to be saved, But let's get back to Exodus to smite, destroy, to come into your house to smite you. Come on. And you shall observe this thing for ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. All right, so we want the Lord to pass over us again. All right, the elect, starting with the elect. Hopefully we're part of the elect. We're part of that number of the Lord showing mercy. All right, the Lord showing mercy upon us because we need it. Ezekiel 9:4. All right, Ezekiel 9:4. And the Lord said to him, "Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh, and cry for all abomination done that be done in the midst thereof. So these men is gonna the attribute or something that, you know, physically where you can see, all right, is that they're sighing and crying for all abomination done in the midst thereof. They're crying unto the Heavenly Father to bring judgment, to bring righteousness, all right. All right, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, the conduct of the wicked. All right, crying out loud, sparing not. All right, standing up against the evildoers. All right, not okay with this place, calling this place out, and these people out. All right, and so abomination that done in the midst thereof, right? And to the others that don't have the mark of exemption, he said, in my hearing, go ye after through the city and smite. Let your eye spare, neither have pity. Slay early, old, young, both maids and little children and women. All right. But come not near any man upon whom has the mark. So don't come near, death angel, don't come near any man that have the mark. Just as in ancient Egypt, the mark was the blood upon the post. And upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. And they begin at the ancient men which were before the house. So the Lord's going to start with those that know the Israelites, because they should know better. All right, so the Lord, you know, is going to bring judgment upon those that don't have, all right, Yahawah Shah in their foreheads. All right, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi in their forehead. All right, the mark of exemption. So hopefully the Lord pass over us and save, you know, and deliver us. You know, I might. Is that Jeremiah? What is this? The Jeremiah 16, we're going to, you know, how the Lord is going to deliver the elect, or those that have the mark of exemption upon their foreheads, just, you know, from the land of the north and all the other places that they're scattered. And this deliverance is gonna put ancient Egypt deliverance into a shadow. Back then in ancient Egypt, they heard about the deliverance of Israel. All right, and this time they're gonna see the deliverance of the elect. Every eye shall see. All right. All right, it's gonna be televised. So Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall be no more said, the Lord liveth that brought of the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. So it's not gonna be saying no more. So this deliverance is gonna put out, you know, is gonna out do it in a sense, you know. Out of Israel, the land of Egypt, but the Lord lived that brought of the children of the land of the North Americas, and from all the lands, whether lands whether he had driven them, and I would bring them again to the land of Israel that I gave unto their fathers. Behold, you know, so the Lord's gonna give us back our land, but proven to you, Amalekites, you 1948ers. I'm gonna do a lesson. Question Amalek on trial, asking one where, why are you still worshiping the deliverers of ancient Egypt? If you back in the land, or you should be worshiping, you know, our memorial, having a memorial of the deliverers from the land of the north and from wherever Israel was scattered. You know, so I hope there was